Good morning, Mr. Bora. How's jail?
No. Buenos días.
How's jail?
Fair.
Okay. You now have picked up another DWI while you're on bond for DWI. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. Do not afford one. One will be appointed to you.
On October 13th, 2024, officers dispatched in regard to a traffic hazard at West Gulfport and Nobility Drive in Harris County. On arrival, officers met with a defendant who was observed to be parked on northbound lanes with a truck on and in park and asleep at the wheel. When the defendant finally woke up after multiple attempts, the officers observed glassy eyes, obstructed pupils, odor of alcoholic beverage, sway, as well as multiple open and closed alcoholic containers in the vehicle, and spilled alcohol in the front
Alcohol in the car while she's driving?
Yes. She's not the only officer. Defendant may be consuming alcohol prior to operating the vehicle. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN to a walk and turn for an 8 in the one stand. Right.
Pues nada, quizás, miren,
2 out of 4.
dos de cuatro pisos en el par de una
DIC was read.
total se leyó.
And defendant consented to breakfast. The results were 0.162 and 0.15.
156. Thank you.
You're right.
Is that true? Ma'am, I'm going to find you a probable cause to go forward with the case. What is that?
¿Qué es eso?
She reads English wrong.
Okay.
Do you want me to ask her if she knows if that's a signature?
She's more slicking on myself. She knows I'm right.
El juramento.
It's my swearing affidavit.
I want to express my deepest disappointment. And we ordered you not to drive, and you promised us you would not drive. And now you picked up another DWI.
Otro caso de manejo ebrio.
You already spoke with
I don't know if I'm going to take anything today, Mark.
She has me because
It screams to me that there are issues, and the last thing I want is to have her go back out there and kill some more. I mean, we have 2 DWIs in rapid succession, 0.19, and a bunch of alcohol.
I will say, Your Honor,
Allegedly.
and I've already spoken with the state about the first one. First one is Dr. Shante for the state. She's the one who called 911 because she was assaulted outside the club. The fire department got there before the officers. They saw her in the passenger seat with a bloody face. And her arm was injured as well. I've already spoken with the state.
I don't remember. All I know that there was enough fee to go forward. There's an affidavit. She promises she's not going to drive.
I understand. There's also a question on the second one as to whether she was operating or not. People in the vehicle. Again, all of this we're going to try to flush out with the evidence. That's what I was going to try to get her a bond.
I am going to set a bond, but I'm going to tell you now, because she drove in violation of the affidavit, I'm going to make it a high bond.
I understand.
You know, I'm setting both of your bonds at $15,000.
She does have an eyeball.
Tiene orden de detención en
In
migración.
light of that fact,
Luz de ese hecho.
She does have an ISOL.
she will just find out this morning.
Now have an immigration
Tiene
detainer.
de detención de migración.
Do you realize what this means?
¿Usted se da cuenta de lo que esto significa?
What you have here depends on you.
Que depende de usted.
Mis hijos.
My two sons.
How old are they?
¿Qué edad tienen ellos?
La niña 2 años va a cumplir el 20 de octubre y mi niño va a cumplir 6 años el 23 de diciembre.
October, my daughter will be 2 years old, and my boy in December will be 6 years old. 6 años tiene?
I was going to suggest in the event that you wanted to work something out that I was going to wanting to do a TRAS to see how best to go forward. Now with an immigration detainer, that's just, there's no, let me ask you this, do you think that you'll be able to get her an immigration bond? Do you want to try?
She already has an immigration attorney.
Puede que haya una oportunidad.
Perhaps she's only been in the country 3 years.
Solo está en el país por 3 años.
I don't know.
La realidad
If she were to keep both cases open in the bonds here and open immigration, the two over DWIs, I don't
Notifico que ellos
she'd be engaged.
pues tienen que ser.
You guys want to try or no?
She's tried, but she would rather, she's not going to be able to take those bonds in an immigration bond. And a lot of the fact that the first DWI is pretty weak. We're going to resolve both cases, dismiss one plea and one. And have her sent to immigration, and then her immigration authority is going to try to something along.
And then try to get them on?
One, she's over there, yes, because if she goes over there to DWI, she's not.
Porque si vaya viéndole una gente que entiende.
One mistake can literally cost you your entire life. And I don't know if you understand or get the gravity of it. I hope one day you do. One simple mistake. Over. Like I said, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. I'm ordering you, if you get out on one ankle, to put a GPS monitor and not to be out in the middle of the night. You will be given a 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. On your other ankle, you will get a scram monitor, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. Again, I'm ordering you not to drive, but like we've said, there's an immigration detainer, so the likelihood of you getting out is probably pretty slim. Regardless, I'm going to set both bonds, or I'll set the new bond at $15,000.
What, Your Honor?
$15,000.
Su caso nuevo.
15,000.
Yeah, 15,001. And I'm going to do the other one as well, 15,001 as well. You want to set off a week, 2 weeks? What do you want to do? I don't know if I'm prepared to do something today. Take your time. I mean, I'm never going to say no. I guess we'll talk.
Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Woods. Trevion Woods. Mr. Woods, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. 533-007.
Officers observed the defendant walking in the middle of the street when a sidewalk was available next, and the officers asked the defendant for his driver's license.
Again?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jaywalking?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again?
The officers discovered a warrant out for the arrest out of Clinton County for aggravated sexual assault of a child. The officers detained the defendant and discovered a gun and 6 grams of marijuana.
Hold on. So, what, walking while
walking the dog.
All black again? Again, jaywalking? Where?
With the
They didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean,
John again just said the officer observed the defendant not walking or walking in the middle of the
so, dude, you gotta be careful in this life, man. You know? Do the right thing. It's not hard, man. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause, Mr. Woods. You gotta be careful, man. You know? So, is he on bond currently for the other case now as well, or no? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Be careful in this life. You have but one life. How old are you? You're 24. What are you doing now? Working, school? Good. Get your education. The more you educate yourself, the higher you're going to rise up in life. Correlates with money. The higher education you got, the more money you can make in life, the better you are. Better you are off. The road. That's what you got to do. All right? Okay, man. Hang tight for me, okay?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi.
I am approaching on Ronald Smith.
Okay.
And so,
Great. So I don't know why we had you not signed on.
yeah, I'm not sure. So I know I've checked my client. So I submitted I don't want you to think it was last minute. The motion on the sub was submitted. Okay, yeah, in the PCI packet that it wasn't submitted last minute either. That was done last month, previous year. Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
How long do you want?
Oh, just till the 30th. He's supposed to finish his anger management class on the 25th. And so, if we just do the process to the 30th, that works.
Sure.
Okay.
You haven't had it done, there's got to be here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Yana.
Okay. You're okay. Miss Sexton, Mr. Smith wants to talk with you. You want to talk with me?
Yeah, I guess.
Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you?
Because for my towards you this whole time.
You don't have to. I love the tenacity. I love the chutzpah, which you will, but channel that in a great way. Because if you do, sky's the limit. Really.
I think this would have been over and done how this thing approach you in a correct way to say this thing.
You know, let me tell you a story. I got pulled over a while back. The officer came to me. He was so aggressive. Why did you run that red light? What's wrong with you? So I said, you know what? I know I stopped. I swear I stopped. But the officer came at me like crazy and said, you know, I'm sorry. I was an idiot. I'll do better next time. You know what he did? He let me go. So sometimes when you tuck your tail, you get more. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar, right? And it's always when you're with a person in power, especially with a person that has the power of arrest, you buck up to them, it's over. You're always going to lose. That's what you do. It's called maturity as well, you know?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Smith. Ready?
We have Rudy Ochoa here.
Mr. Ochoa, come up. Mr. Ochoa, you're on bond for DWI. You've not new case. You picked up an interference with the duties of public. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 11, 2024, officers responded to a call regarding sexual assault of a juvenile at an apartment in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with a family member and went upstairs to change. or investigation. The defendant refused to cooperate with verbal commands, tried to take control of the situation, tried to stall officers, stating he did not need to be detained because he did not do anything. The officer physically escorted the defendant out the front door, during which the defendant argued with other family members, refused to cooperate, and actively pulled away from the officer.
So, what was the result of the investigation? What happened? Was he the suspect in sexual assault?
Your Honor, let me read the James. I don't believe we have that.
Do you know?
I asked before I approached and there was nothing in the notes.
There's no other information. It
And
was just investigating the
he
order.
cooperated, obviously when they had him in cuffs, he went and answered whatever questions.
Obviously not.
He was pulling away.
They're saying,
After he was already, whatever they needed a question.
I asked you one thing. Actually, two things. You've not put in the case. Sure, Joe, I'm sorry, but I'm going to revoke your bond. Goes with you. I will keep the first bond it is. He's on bond on that first case. I'm just going to revoke the old one and put it at 5,002. And then, I guess, just talk to me in a day or so if he's not able to make bond. And I won't. No. Okay.
For the DWI that, I guess, we're still waiting for safety.
Okay. So, he will auto-populate on tomorrow's docket.
Right.
So, if you want a different date, we can give you a different date. Or if he bonds out, which I'm assuming he's going to, they're going to give him a 7-day setting. And if he's unable to bond out, just come talk to me tomorrow, and then we can work something. If he does bond out, he's going to get a 7-day setting, and then let Victoria know, and then you guys can have whatever you. I'm not going to modify any of the conditions we'll go. Okay?
Jack. We're gonna plead Mr. Walter Moses, Your Honor. We proceeded with the assault of a family member case under cause number 2510200, Your Honor. And the state upon completion of the plea will dismiss cause number 2510615.
Morning, Mr. Moses.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Why does this keep happening? This is your 1, 2, 3, 4. But the 6th time you picked up kind of case where it's a violent case. Actually, 7. It keeps happening. Why? Why so much anger? Do you take any medication?
Sir.
Do you stop taking the medication?
No, sir.
How do you get your medication when you're out there in the free world? When you picked up cases, had you stopped taking the medication? You were still taking it? Meaning, so you finished, you didn't have any.
Still gonna pick it up.
We had him TRAS. TRAS said mental health caseload. And that's what we're doing, right? Okay. What are the other alternatives that we have? What about paying for IOP and all that? I mean, how do we make sure that he qualifies? Because I don't. Mr. Moses, do you work when you go out? When you're out of jail, do you work? Who do you live with?
Yes, sir.
It's okay, Mr. B. Who do you live with? And when you leave here now, are you going to be able to stay with mom?
Sir.
Do you know that for? Before you were in jail, who were you living with? Um, one of the things that you're going to have to do is an intensive outpatient treatment. Problem is that it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's around $500 to $600 to do that. And I don't know if that's something that you have to be able to pay for. If not, I want to try to get you. I want to see if we can pay for it. How do we?
I'll do one more time and then we say how much we you don't forget, when you come to the side,
If this fails, what else do we have at our disposal?
if you start sliding, you don't have to do.
So I want you to understand, Mr. Moses, that we want this to work for you. You also have to want it to work. If you do something to violate this agreement, you don't do your treatment, you don't stay up on your probation, if you just leave, one of the options is putting you in a residential facility. Do you understand what that means? That means that you will be in, it's not in the actual jail, it's at another facility, right? It's at a lockdown facility that you will not be able to leave, and then you'll be getting. We are trying to do it this way so that you can try to do this while you're out there in the free world doing this by yourself. But if you're not able to, we're going to have to take other measures. Can you get this done?
Sure.
Do you know what's required for you to successfully finish?
Sure.
What do you have to do? Yes. What programs do you have to do? Do you know? You have to do anger management class, right? Okay, so just you have to do a thinking for a change, which is a class where you teaches you how to think when you're in a bad situation. You also have to do outpatient treatment so that we know that you're actually speaking to people working through any kind of anger issues that you may have.
Yes, sir.
And substance abuse. No drugs, no alcohol. You cannot use any illegal drugs, including marijuana. No marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no alcohol. They're going to test you. You understand?
Sir.
If you complete this successfully, you do not end up with a conviction. But you need to understand that there's still. Oh, it is straight.
Yes, sir, you are.
Oh, I thought it was a deferred.
So you have to state your conviction of felony for so that were assaulted. They were not worthy.
Okay. This assault going on your record, there's what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. If you pick up another case like this, you will be facing a third-degree felony. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. If you ever pick up another assault like this again, do you understand? That's years in prison, not days like you are here. Years. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, so no guns, no ammunitions as well. Sorry, it's no weapons, right? No weapons. Weapons is a very loose term. If you have any questions about what a weapon is, you have to talk to a lawyer, but be very, very careful. Do you understand? You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot change your mind. You must complete this, and it's a 2-year probation. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in jail. However, I will probate that for 2 years. You've already done the TRAS, so we don't need to do that, but intensive outpatient treatment, thinking for a change, and the mental health caseload. If you ever have a problem, come back to us here. We can help you if you come here. But if you just leave and don't do anything, that's the worst thing that can happen. Don't leave. Come back. Good things will happen if you come back. Are we okay?
Sure.
Give me questions. Good luck, Mr. Moses. I hope that you can make it. Okay. Yes. Hold on, Mr. D. I forgot something. Hold on. Forgot. Hey, I don't think he's gonna have anything to pitch anything. So we gotta get him in. Okay. I have to have you sign one more document that you need to understand, Mr. Moses, that you are now ineligible, meaning that you cannot have a firearm or ammunition. I'm going to read this to you so you understand this, okay? Firearm means any device designated, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using an energy generated by an explosion or burning substance or any device readily convertible to that use. If you now possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about how long you will be ineligible, you must talk to a lawyer and they should be able to contact you and consult you about that. I need you to sign this so you understand that you cannot have any more weapons, okay? Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Hey, Matt, how are you? Yeah, come on up.
Case,
That's the defendant?
yes, that is the defendant, Keener, Keener.
Okay, I see it.
I'm approaching to ask for more time, for a longer reset. This is a case, there's a 2B from December of 22.
Okay.
He posted bond, I think, in May of 24. He didn't hire anyone. He got a bunch of THA resets until August. So, I believe the roof was just completed this morning, and
Discovery complete? Is there an offer on the table?
Well, I know that the funds
right. So I wanted some time to go over this, discovery myself and with him, and then to.
Yeah, I mean, well, of course we'll give you more time, but at some point there's got to be a resolution. So
Absolutely.
it's only 165 days, so we'll give you another 30 days. But you got to be nearing.
I'll be on it, Judge.
Any offers? No offers?
No offer. Time, Your Honor.
Can you put one on, please? And then that way you have something to counter with as well. So, okay.
Gotcha.
Brandon.
Hey. First on Mr. Taglia, T-A-T-T. He was told to do a drug test. His first setting was last week. And he did test positive for marijuana and nothing else. His first court appearance was last week.
You tested?
Sorry, Judge?
Test today? Okay.
Just marijuana.
Okay. So, can you mic real quick?
He knows, Judge. He's not
Good. I'm just going to counsel him. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Did he tell us? No, you said that. No, I thought you had.
Do you have the results?
No.
Okay, so let's wait on the results, but okay, don't use. So I'm not going to test you after today, assuming it's, just that. I'm not going to test you anymore until about 40 to 45 days after.
Sure.
You test clean after that, wonderful, great. If you continue to test positive for marijuana, that tells us that you continue to smoke. No dice. Don't use at all. Don't hang out with anyone that's using. Don't go into a car or use it.
I don't just use regular medicine, sir, so,
You're not supposed to use anything that has anything.
Sure, marijuana, so it might be positive after 90 days, but if you're checking levels,
I'm telling you no, Mr. Bataglia. Okay? Don't use.
okay.
Show me somewhere where it says it can still be in your system at 90 days. But otherwise, 40 to 45 days, I'm going to test you again. Don't use. That tells me that, unless you prove to me otherwise. All right. Okay, Fred.
He also was telling me maybe going to work. And I will give you a letter.
Look, there's no travel restriction. As long as you're not violating the law, you're not picking up any new cases, doing anything to violate the conditions, I don't care where you go. Just if you get called for a drug test, be aware that you might have a drug test because you've got randoms, right? So if you're out and about and you get called, you have to go to Quest Diagnostics and get it. And then you can send it to Brandon and we'll take it so that we don't have to come all the way back here.
If you ain't reapproach, I apologize, Your Honor.
Don't worry about it. We'll have him here. Something that there shouldn't be, I'll text you. I got your number. Thanks. Hey, come on up. Good morning, Mr. Wingerter. Sir, you're charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. You're facing up to a year in jail and or $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
On October 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to 350 National Parkway in regards to a burglary alarm that went off. While checking the location, officers observed the defendant walking away from the business on the southeast side, ordered him to stop. Upon contact with the defendant advised he did not have an ID and gave the false name of Javier Vasquez, as well as a false name. The officers gave the defendant an opportunity to give his real name twice, but the defendant asserted he was not lying both times. He was pat down as the defendant revealed a glass pipe in his left pocket, and he was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. Subsequent to that, a fingerprint search was then conducted, which revealed the defendant's real name and showed he had an active warrant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Mr. Wingerter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Planning on bonding out. Have you been given a PR bond in this case? I tell you that I think that everyone, at least one time, should be given and afforded the opportunity to do something right. And I will grant you a PR bond now. But if you take flight, if you take off, and you don't come back, I'm going to be very hard pressed in the future. Do you understand? Here's the other thing. I'm not going to give you a PR bond so you can just run the streets and just hang out on the street. I got to know that you have somewhere to go, someone that's going to care for you. You have somewhere to sleep, not just on the side of the street. Who do you have in your life that's with you now? How old are you? How old are you? 26. Where's mom and dad? She was in jail for what?
I haven't spoken to her. My father, he works out of town, but I
Where is he living?
certified to work to the job. But I'm staying from 249 and Fall. Then I have to bus over there.
You're saying your dad lives in 249 in Fallbrook now.
Yeah, my grandparents and I can do something right now.
So let's do this. If you appoint Mr. Elick to represent you, I'd like to be able to verify that so that we know that you have a place to go to. And if so, I want to give you a PR bond. But like I said, I'm not giving you a PR bond so you can just run the street and create and wreak even more havoc. You have open felonies now. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on you, where you're going, what you're doing, so you don't get in trouble and so you're not using what they're alleging is being used. No dope, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand? Okay, so do you mind?
I can
Then,
step out and call.
assuming, then I'll give him a PR bond. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he's no bonded on his felonies right now. So that's
Oh,
so it's not like he's gonna just get out anyway.
I didn't,
You know.
okay. I guess let's do that regardless. If you don't mind, Mr. Ehrlich,
Sure, I'll-
has a place to go to, and then,
We approach one side.
okay. This is not a good way to go through, man. You're 26. You want to follow in mom's footsteps? It's not a good role model, man. This is not a good way to go. Starting your life now, you have one felony dismissed, you now have another 2 felonies. Life doesn't get easier, it's harder. The more felonies you rack up, you think it's going to make life easier for you? Come on, man.
What about your grandmother? Gave her that.
She's not in town.
Let's give him something so that we have something to work with. We're not just going to throw you out, and we did that 2 times before.
No, I'm tired.
Hey, look, you don't have to say anything. Just don't want you floating on the street doing nothing. That's it. All right.
We'll approach your honor.
Thanks, Michelle. Okay, hey.
Have a plea on a memorial.
Okay. Come up, Miss Luna.
Judge, please, we need to approve the statement sensitive to 40 hours to serve court. So,
What are we doing? What have you guys worked out?
year to go, yeah. So y'all want this, Miss Hill?
What about the weapons?
Forfeiture above.
Did you graduate from high school?
Sir.
What are you doing now?
Good job.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
Why?
How old are you? What have you been doing with your life?
Eventually,
If you graduate early, that must indicate you're somewhat smart. So Luna, you're building yourself a future now. You're supposed to be working your butt now so that you have $1 million when you hit 40 to 50, perhaps 2 million. Otherwise, you're going to be destitute when you hit that age. And I'm going to tell you now, life sucks without money. It really, really does. And what you're doing now is building yourself a life so that you have something when you get old and no one can take care of you and you're all decrepit. It's going to be really hard. I want to do this because I'm going to make sure that he's going to do something productive with your life. You now, within 30 days, must get a full-time job.
Yes.
And I'm going to make sure because I'm going to make you come and I'd like to know for certain whether he's got a job within 30 days. No drugs, no alcohol. I'm going to test you. Do you understand? I want to make sure that you're building yourself somewhat and that you're doing something. What about a trade?
My kid card. I went ahead to come back and then.
Great. When are you going to get the results from that?
It's been a month.
Call them. Call them back. Find out what happened. Find out what's taking them so long. Don't just sit there and wait for someone to hand you something. It's not going to happen. You got to go get it. So we're doing a year deferred. What else?
Community service care.
You were charged with 2 counts of unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail on each of those cases. You worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 1-year deferred. Deferred is the type of probation that completed successfully. You do not end up with a conviction on your record. And in exchange, you're going to dismiss one of your cases. What you need to understand, Mr. Luna, is you give up nearly every right known to man by entering this agreement. And if you fail at this agreement, you authorize us to put you in jail for an entire year. 365 days in jail if you violate this promise. Do you understand? I want you to do well, and I'll make you a deal. If you work and you do well, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward for doing well. And I'll make you a double reward. If you are able to get into a trade school education or some kind of trade like that, I will deem your community service hours waived. I'm taking off 100 hours of community service if you get like pipe fitting. What's the other one? Welding. That's what you do. That's where you can make a lot of money. $20 an hour, $25 an hour. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You get the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with this until you complete it or violate it. If you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to bring you back here, and we're going to talk about whether you violated or not. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of a lawful carrying of a weapon? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for a year. Part of the other agreement is that you will do thinking for a change, substance abuse education, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, forfeiture of the weapons. And you think that's...
Did you give, the chief had mentioned that we agreed to 40 as opposed to $100, Judge?
He did just say that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm marking it.
yeah, sure.
But like I said, if you get to a trade school, get an education for some kind of trade like that, I'll deem it waived. I'll take it off. Do something with your life as you live. Don't be like this. All right, man. Look, if you ever have an issue, come back and talk to us. Don't just take off, because that's the worst possible thing you can do. All right? And don't pick up a new case. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Ma'am. Miss Tillis. You're not going to look at me? Are you that upset? What's going on?
She had the older case. She picked up the new case. We do not have video on the newer case yet. However, the state has made an offer to time serve her on the older case.
How long have you been in custody, man?
She has 114 days credit on the older case, or she's been in for 114 days total on the older case and 55 on
Life, man. You do in life? Do you work? Do you go to school? Who do you live with?
I'm not able to keep home because I don't have the correct resources. I take care of my.
and she also
I
received.
don't want you to plead guilty just to get out of jail. I don't want that to happen because it's only hurting you even more than you are right now. But if I let you out, it's criminal mischief cases. How old are you? You have in your life now? Is your mom around? Phyllis, I want to let you out, but I have to know that I'm not going to let you out to the street. I'm trying to talk to get to know you in the little time that I have to see how much I can trust you if I let you out. Sorry? Who do you have in your life that's ready to help you now if we let you out? Yourself. Do you have any parents around?
Judge Mom is around, she's just not in.
Father? Do you have anyone in your life that's ready to help you out and give you a place to live?
Her up to go to the Harris Health Center.
I don't know if she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
I mean, we're not gonna do this just to let you get out of the street because the street is not a safe place for you.
I contact with him on a regular basis.
Who are you living with before you put the DC case? Where? Did you have an apartment? Did you have, who owned the house? I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out, man. But if you give me a place that you have that they'll take you in, I'll let you out. Will you talk to Anna to see what we can do to try to help you find housing? Why not?
I have a SSI, but my SSI has been in cases.
Do you have any other family members in your life that can help you out, give you a place to stay? Aunts, uncles, who? Is that someone that we can reach out to and speak to? Do you have the number that we can have Anna call and verify? And
What is it called?
Property affairs via jail.
you don't know the phone number by heart? Do you know any phone numbers?
Judge, if you'd like, we can roll this a couple of days and I can reach out to social work. So
I'm looking now for phone number. I have one, but I don't know if that's her phone number or someone else's phone number. I'm going through all the paperwork now to see if I can find anything. This is 7599. Is that your number?
yeah, the last four.
I don't want you to say it out loud now, but the last four numbers, do you know what your phone number is?
Like, do you know the number? There's a number that's on the paperwork.
Wonderful. Can you reach out to that? And I'm going to give it to you now.
Do that.
Okay. Can you please reach out to that, please? And then, we can find her housing. I'll give her a camera. I don't want to just plead guilty just to plead guilty to get out, okay? I want anything, find anything, so that we can do it and can have her talk to social work, figure out housing and help the SSI back so that she has some kind of income coming in. This is the phone number I have. And then if you maybe 2 days, let's not take long. If you need any help, if you need any kind, like if you need investigative money to find any kind of relative for, just anything you need. Hey. Yeah. Oh, this is a no-go. Jeremiah Julian. Good morning, Mr. Julian. Oof. Oof. So you were on bond for an unlawful carrying of a weapon, felony PCS, criminal trespass with a deadly weapon, failure to ID, and then another unlawful carrying of a weapon. So you have a total of 4 open cases. What are we doing?
It's time served on one of the unlawful carry weapon cases, and they're dismissing the others, Judge. You'll still have to resolve the felony.
Oh, that's still open.
Yes, Judge.
Part of the agreement is forfeiture of the weapon, I would presume.
Yes, Judge. George was pretty specific about that.
Okay. So, Mr. Julian, you worked out a tremendous deal. They're going to dismiss 3 of the cases in exchange for your plea on one of them. Okay. What you really need to understand is that the charge is going to go on your record. And you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any weapons that you pick up. Or, I'm sorry, any cases that you pick up, you're looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? This charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You give up all your rights, basically, entering into this plea bargain agreement saying, look, I don't want a trial. I don't want to talk to witnesses. I don't want to confront and cross-examine my accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never undo this or change this. It will go on your record and it'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon? You also need to understand is that the weapons in all of these cases will be forfeit. You will not get them back.
That was only for one case. That was for all cases. Okay. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
The judge. So you're talking about the facts of your case? So he's not going to do anything about the facts of your case. I want to tell you this, like, the new cases that I just caught, I was trying to do a non-arrest warrant, and I had caught a case at my house. Like, this is my home address, and they told me I was trespassing. I'm basically at my home. And then the gun was my mother's, and
Dismissing all those cases. You know what I mean? So you're only pleading to one of the cases, and they're dismissing the other 3. So if you're not pleading guilty to those cases, they're dismissing all. So the problem is that part of the plea bargain is that you can't get these guns back. At least 2 of them. We only have 2, right? Yeah. You can't get those back. Do you understand that? Okay. Do you still want to do this? All right. How do you plead to the office? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 10 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 8 days that you've done. Unfortunately, we still have you here because you still have your case upstairs. Just be careful. If you get on probation, take it seriously because you're facing a lot of time. Okay? All right. Good luck, Mr. Wayne.
Judge,
Take it. Thank you. Sheila.
We approaching on Mr. Winger. I did speak with his father. His father doesn't really live here. I think he comes back and forth, you know. He did. I didn't actually get that. I was kind of just asking more for, you know, would he have a place to stay? And, you know, it's kind of a yes and no at this point. I think, well, they wanted, you know, I think they wanted.
What is Barry? Mr. Barry, we're bringing you out now because your lawyer has asked for me to set you a bond.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You know, I've got two main concerns. First, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? And number two, equally as important, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction you want? I'll give you a chance. I know that you're going to tell me that it's gumdrops and rainbows and you know, I get it. But the way that I get to know you is how you look on paper. Because that tells me who you are, not what's in here. Because a lot of people tell me things, and when they walk out the door, they turn into someone completely different. So that will really tell me who you are. Okay? I will give you the opportunity to speak. I'm going to give her the opportunity to speak as well. I'd like to know, number one, where is he wanted from, what for, and what kind of priors does he have?
Judge, he's wanted out of Fulton County, Georgia. On the front cover of the fugitive page states that he's wanted for theft of taking, but I did a little bit of digging. Looks like he's wanted for 4 felonies out of the same transaction. I don't know why they didn't include it on the teletype or running the FBI number to confirm. He's wanted additionally for second-degree felony criminal damage to property, two charges for unlawful person employed by, associated with criminal street gang to conduct or participate in criminal activity to commission of offense. It's a very, very long charge. But it looks like it was the same offenses that he was originally wanted, and he was extradited for back in 2022. He either absconded or violated them again, but it looks to be open case. And specifically, addressing bond is that the state would be opposed for granting a bond. In the past 10 years alone, not excluding other states, and past that, he's been arrested 21 times, 12 of them felonies, 2 revocations of paroles, 3 evadings, 2 felonies, and 1 misdemeanor. I believe the definition of a flight safety risk due to that fact. Request that the court deny bond.
If I may. So in regards to the telegram, because obviously the state has their duty, I have my duty as a defense attorney. All of the other charges that were not on that telegram were dismissed. The case was reduced to theft. This case has been pending since God knows when, because Fulton County is a very slow court. Your Honor, here as I stand with the same client, I stood before you 2 years ago asking for a bond for my client so that he granted a bond, Your Honor. And when he granted that bond, my client did what you would want anyone to do, which is turn himself in, appear in court. They gave him another court date. However, no. Once he checked himself in, he was able to bond out of Fulton County. Since then, that case has still been pending. He has an attorney in that county as well. However, throughout the times, my client moved. The issue was that there was supposed to be an updated address change to the court. So there was a court date, I believe, around August the 12th. And because they did not update his address, the notice was sent to his old address. They immediately issued a warrant. So my client was actually picked up when he came back from work. He didn't even know that he had a warrant. And I understand the state's position that my client does have an extensive history. I was also his parole attorney, which he was successfully discharged from as well. I know Mr. Barry, and I can stand for him before this court. Anybody that I have stood before you has always, I'm not going to take a client that's going to embarrass me or embarrass you. He came, last time you allowed and granted a bond, he did exactly what he's supposed to do, and if you do it this time, he would do that again.
I don't get bonds 2 times in a row. And I counsel people every single time when they come here that if I give you a bond now, it's not going to happen again. It's your responsibility. You've been a fugitive once. We don't let you do it over and over and over. So I gave you a bond last time. Can't keep doing it because you're going to keep, same thing's going to keep happening.
It's not, sir, I promise.
I get it, but it did. And I told you last time, it's not going to happen again.
Sir, can I talk to you, please?
But Your Honor, it was not, so this.
How do I know that?
So I'm telling you this because I'm also an officer of the court and I've done my research on it. It was not his fault. It was not. It was just a mistake of address. That's the only reason why. I've been checking in with my
He's
client.
supposed to update them of any changes that should.
So we can speak for that part.
Please talk to me, please.
So what I would do is reach out to Fulton County, let them know, and hopefully they'll pull the warrant. They'll pull the hold. Will they not?
Your Honor, I've had history with the county. They're very slow.
Yes.
It's very
Have you done
difficult.
work there?
Huh?
You done work there?
For other clients.
No.
Yes. Your Honor, can you just listen? Can you just hear him out as to
I'm
why?
happy to hear you. Please.
So with the regarding that you did update your address,
Yes,
typically address that.
yes. Your Honor, the last time you gave me this bond, you told me to get a job and you told me to change my life. And I did that. I completed CDL school. I work every day.
Wonderful.
They put me on insulin. I take insulin 2 times a day. I can't, the way that they expedite you there, I'll be sick by the time I make it. My flight is already in the process of being booked, like you told me to left.
Can't take a flight.
To turn myself in?
You have a warrant. If you try to get on an airplane, you're gonna take
You let me last time, you let me out. You let me take it. I say the address, I updated it, you know. And
How do I know that?
I mean, I
Am I supposed to take your word for it?
was honest with you last time about everything.
And that's why I gave you a bond. And I told you though, the last time, it's not gonna happen again.
But you said if I messed up, and I did not mess up, Your Honor. I did good, Your Honor. I promise you.
But now,
You
something,
gave me 10 days to turn myself in. I turned myself in 6 days.
Yeah, it was really because your address changed.
Please, Your Honor.
So if you're not going to at least believe him, you can hope.
it's not a matter of disbelief.
Okay.
It's a matter of that we cannot continue to enable. That's what it is. And if I do this now, just say it's not gonna happen the third time.
No, Your Honor.
Because
Told me that the
Dismissed
first
my
time.
cases.
They
They dismissed 3 of the cases, Your Honor.
So from the time of this charge was pending, 3 of those cases were dismissed for opportunity. Which is said that. Really, the
Yes,
don't
sir.
mind pending, it's just not having anything, but
So what? I mean, can't you do a speedy trial? Is there a speedy trial?
so right on that court. Very well. What I can assure you is it was just a new mistake, Your Honor. Like,
So,
Please, Your Honor.
real quick, because I've had one before where they stated it was a clerical error, and I want to say only one time out of all the other times I've heard where it was genuine clerical error, once they corrected in the jurisdiction, it gave the warrant. I've had that happen before. So if the court wants to roll it over for a day, and if counsel wants to contact Fulton County, if it was truly a clerical error and it was a misunderstanding of where it was being shipped out.
But I think what they're saying is that there was a problem where he's saying that he updated the address. They didn't do it.
Sure, and that's what I mean, is there was an error, right, with the court.
Can reach out to them and see if that's the case?
Well, you can Google it, Your Honor. It was a glitch in Atlanta's.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Berry, how did you update your address?
Call the bond company. That's what they entrusted me to do.
Update it, right?
Well, so I don't really talk to you. That's what I mean. It's just a mistake on the court, right, and not the defendant.
What I would do is get in contact with the bail bond company and say, hey man, this is what we did. We didn't do it the right way. We're gonna, if you don't assist, there's a bail bond board that you can report activities to in the event that they mess up.
Sir, please.
You've given them one. I can't do it again. I never do. Ever.
3 days and I'll be there.
And it is also worth noting it's probably good to update on the front end because he's on a deferred in our county before they revoke, because there was a warrant issued out.
Also on deferred here?
He is.
For what?
For possession of controlled substance.
A list in the ground.
So, but the fact that he's open on deferred and no one has filed a motion to revoke, because initially all they see is the KPS issued out August 15th. They haven't filed a motion yet. That's my point, is before anything else happens, if counsel does want to correct it for both reasons, for the extradition and for the local deferred, probably 2 birds, 1 stone to call from the county and figure out what happened.
Try that?
can we roll it through?
Yes, absolutely. Of course. I would reach out to the bonding company, say, hey man, I did this, you guys messed up, fix this, otherwise, we can file a complaint. You're telling me you did. If you did, then that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm begging you, sir. I'm insulin dependent now.
and life has changed for me. I know I got in trouble in the past, but you instructed me to do something, and I done it step by step. I've changed my life, everything, and
Terry,
sir.
the entire time I've been here, I've never once given a second bond.
Your Honor, if I may,
Sure. I will never say no, but I don't know. I mean,
I'd rather take, I don't know. So,
right. I don't know. I don't know. I never want to say no. Because you never know what someone else is going to provide you to show you that really it's not his fault. And if it's not, then,
I've had it happen before where the manager.
if it's really not his fault, would you get those?
Please.
no, but don't, please, don't.
Yes.
Okay, last time you went in, you don't.
Yeah,
Let's see what they have. Let's go from there. I don't want to commit you to an answer. That's really not.
Yeah, and in the spirit of transparency, I do show that he hasn't had any violations since he entered into the deferred because it was concurrent with all the others. So other than this, I have no violations. It was September 2022, but it's just with the sheer amount of history because it's one of the longer I've seen. So that's my concern. And
Saying he's been doing good.
Well, that's what, so.
You've been doing very.
Right.
Every
So,
person earned determination from me, sir.
So that's.
So I want information from the court because ultimately, in the end, it's not whether it's not the how they prosecute the case. It's whether he's wanted and whether the case is true.
Diligence. Let me see what you got and let's talk.